All right, listen up, Dave fam. All right, Kelvin David fam. All right, Keywin David fam. A lot of people have been asking your boy for his opinion about the Apple credit card because I do know a thing or two about credit cards. I have like 60 of them right here and have close to 10 million points for Chase credit card. So yes, I am a credit card nerd. So we did actually go out and research the Apple credit card, and let's bring you what you need to know about whether or not you need to go and get one yourself. But before we get into this, it is important to understand that you shouldn't go out and get 100 credit cards yourself if you aren't a responsible spender, right? I have a lot of credit cards because I like getting free stuff. Only ever use a credit card with the money that you have and are able to actually afford to spend. And as for the Apple credit card, I am unfortunately not that impressed. I'm a big Apple fan myself. I do have iPhone, I have multiple MacBooks, I have multiple iPhones as well, I have Apple TVs, right? I have pretty much everything that they've ever released. This Apple laptop right here is close to $5,000, right? It has every upgrade that's possible to buy and even some custom stuff. But the Apple credit card is not that impressive. So first of all, it's important to understand that the credit card is made by Apple, but it's still backed by a traditional bank, which happens to be Goldman Sachs. And all credit card processing for the Apple card is going to be done through MasterCard. One of the cool features about the Apple credit card is the fact that it's going to make it very easy on your phone to actually see how much you're spending on a weekly basis, right? It's going to be breaking down what you're spending your money on, and you're going to be able to view it very simply and easily from your cell phone in a very summarized, kind of easy to absorb and consume way, which a lot of credit cards purposely don't do with their apps, so you spend more and don't even realize it sometimes. So Apple, that is a very nice feature, and we thank you for that. Another cool feature is the fact that you get rewards instantly. Apple said in their conference that you should get rewards today, not 30 days from now, and that's why Apple Cart gives you cash back on every purchase. And so what kind of rewards does Apple actually give you with the card? Well, they are advertising that you get 2% cash back, which is good, right, on all purchases. But the one caveat and a very big drawback is the fact that you only get 2% cash back when you pay with Apple Pay, right? So this is Apple's way of trying to force merchants to actually get more Apple Pay options for people to be able to pay, right? But the problem is a lot of places don't support Apple Pay yet, especially internationally. And so most of the time, you're only gonna be able to actually get 1% cash back with this card, not the 2 that they're heavily advertising, which is honestly, 1% is very low compared to some other options that are available to you. Apple also is offering 3% cash back on all Apple products. But again, how many, Apple purchases do we make year round? Really what matters most is, 3% cash back on advertising purchases, like some cards that we're gonna talk about later on actually offer, or 1 to 2% on all purchases, right? I'm only spending, a couple $1,000s, if that, per year on actual Apple products. And so the 3% cashback for Apple products is not that exciting to me at all. Another cool feature of the Apple card is the fact that they're actually transparent about the interest, right? So if you have an outstanding balance when you should be paying off, the full sum of your card, Apple will actually estimate the amount of interest that you would owe on that outstanding balance if you didn't pay it off, right? Which is actually pretty cool because most cards don't want you to understand how much interest you're gonna have to pay, so you continue to rack up more and more debt and then owe more and more interest. And probably the best feature of the Apple card is the fact that it is free. Most cards do have an annual fee, right? $95 up to $500 or even more dollars for some of the ultimate rewards cards that people are happy to pay if they have a lot of different expenses where the rewards that they get make it worth that fee. But the Apple card is free, which means no hidden costs and no annual costs. And while there are other cards that do offer these same rewards with no annual fee, something that is rare about the Apple card and one of the coolest features is the fact that there's no fee to actually get the card, and there's also no foreign transaction fee. So if you are a traveler and you're trying to get a card, in preparation to go travel the world, something that a lot of people don't realize is most credit cards actually have foreign interchange fees, which means every time you use your card from the USA, for example, in a foreign country, you will be charged a fee to use that, right? And the Apple card has no foreign fees, which is a pretty cool feature for a zero cost card. And then probably the coolest and definitely most gimmicky key part of the Apple Card is the fact that there's no actual numbers on the card, right? So this card is being touted by Apple as the new advance in security and privacy, which means that they're actually embedding a unique number into an element of your iPhone, right? So the card comes, it's made of titanium, it's very beautiful, it's aesthetically pleasing. There's no number on the card, right? So a lot of people are gonna go out and get this card just because they have to have the newest and best thing from Apple. They're probably gonna get it as a novelty and then probably rarely ever even use the card itself. And so I have 5, or more Chase Inc. business preferred credit cards, right? And the reason that I have all of these credit cards, look at how many credit cards this is, right? Is because they allow you to have up to $150,000 in spend per card per year at 3% cash back. And so when you have 5 or 6 different cards, right? 6 times 150,000 is $900,000 in ad spend. And we're doing even more than that every single year, right? And so that's a lot of points. That's more points than most people could ever use in a lifetime. And so if you have an understanding and you recognize how to utilize these massively profitable rewards cards, right, which Apple unfortunately is not one of, then you can actually start to utilize and leverage these points to get a ton of free stuff like vacations and flights and even more. And so I think Apple did miss a huge opportunity by not having more rewards, right? Even having a sign-up bonus where you get, hundreds of dollars off a brand new iPhone, or you get $500 cash back, or any type of rewards that actually competed with the top tier rewards companies, then they would have incentivized a lot more people to actually go and sign up for this card, right? And it's not like Apple's struggling to have money, right? They have $100 billion in the bank. And I'm just kind of disappointed that they didn't incentivize people more with a more impressive rewards program. For people who are just starting out, right, if you're a bit younger than I am, right, I'm already the ripe old age of 29. If you're a bit younger than I am, or you're just getting started, or you're trying to build up your credit, or you're about to go travel the world soon, or you're just a diehard Apple fan and you want a novel, titanium, sexy looking card, maybe the card is right for you, right? For a free, no annual fee card, not having any foreign transaction fees is pretty cool, right? The fact that there's no number and the card itself is metal and looks awesome, right? That is a novelty, and that's pretty cool as well. And so for me, I'm not gonna go out and go get this card just so I can flex and say I have an Apple titanium credit card, even though, obviously it does look pretty good. But for people who are just starting out, right, maybe it does make sense if you do want a solid free card to go out and get started building up your credit. And so if you're looking for a way to actually make money to spend on your Apple Card, check out this video right here where we talk about the top 10 jobs that you can get that pay the most without a college degree. If you want to know what the highest paying jobs that you can get without a college degree in 2019. So let's get right into this, guys. Number 10 is a computer technician. And with an average salary of over $63,000 a year,